Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Invoke. And in today's episode, what we're here to do is I wanted to cover the new units that came to the game, as well as today is actually the final day of Occupation War. So I wanted to cover where I got to and kind of what we're going into in the next season that's coming up. So what I did want to cover, I don't even remember how to find out the news details here. So I did want to go through the new units that have come to the game recently, and also just kind of what's coming out soon, because we have quite a few things that have been confirmed but haven't been actually added to the game, or have been added to the game and we don't really have like translations of them. So we have JUUZOU, which came to the game, I want to say like a week ago or so. I didn't really get the chance to cover him. I find him to be very lackluster. He's getting added to the premium banner, so obviously he's not made to be this really good force that's like super OP and broken. He's just another Orochi. But this one, he has a evasion increase, and he has damage, so he's more of like a split support cross with... My cat's attacking my mouth. Stop that. Stop it. But yeah, he's more of like a cross of a support along with like a breaker. So I guess he does work for that if that's kind of what you were going for your team. But personally, in terms of green, I really don't need that, especially because like Ritoka just came out, and she's a heal. So she's kind of a support breaker already. So like having a version of JUUZOU that you have to put Haka into does very similar things, just doesn't sit right with me. Additionally, he has like, hey, 1.5 damage to something. I don't actually know the translation for his unique skill. But all around, he does seem to have like fairly good passives. 300 attack, so he gets up to 800 attack or so. Not great, but still like a sizable amount of attack in the end. The 200 defense doesn't matter that much. The durability 3 is pretty helpful. His default durability is 8, so 11 durability is really helpful. Usually you won't get broken most turns. And I believe that's a 15% dodge chance every turn no matter what, which is really helpful, especially because like his skill down here is I think it's a 10% chance to dodge, so he has a guaranteed 25% chance to dodge every single turn. That coupled along with like Shinohara Arata, I believe he's the dodge one, would be really good, because whenever he dodges he gets ×2 attack, so like there are synergies that exist here. But I don't see it being like this big huge deal, and I don't think that JUUZOU, despite him being really cool, I don't think he's a really important part of the game currently. Additionally, they brought around a banner that was like, hey, we gave reactions to... I knocked something over. We gave reactions to Blue Kaneki and Yomori. Not a huge deal. They're not that great of units, to be honest. Arguably, the Kaneki is far better. We lack a lot of blue characters, so he's arguably the best blue Ghoul in the game, with decent HP, kind of alright attack, and just good all-around stats. The defense is fairly decent. It's very similar to the Arata's. It's just under it, but decent enough. 7 durability is pretty solid. 1.5 times damage to whatever. I don't actually know the unique skills translation. I could look it up. Yeah, actually, you know what? The unique ability is 1.5 times own attack when breaking a target. Very similar to the red Kaneki that was released with the jacket before, so that's something. Attack increase, 300 defense, +4 durability, and 30%, I believe that's crit chance, which is pretty solid. All around, I would say this banner is extremely low priority. The reactions are cool, and like, they give you extra voice lines for the characters, but we do have a Fest unit that's dropping just after the Occupation War ends. I assume Tuesday. Today is currently Saturday for me, so Tuesday seems pretty realistic. And that's going to be SHIRAZU. I'll pop up his art on the right side of the screen right now, but he's going to be a Fest unit, and we don't have confirmation on his abilities currently. However, we have gotten gameplay of him released very recently, and it seems like he's a fairly decent red Awakening unit, which when you hear Awakening, that should like perk up your mind and be like, hey, that's really important, because Awakening units are basically like the end-all be-all best parts of the game. And they're probably the best units that are around right now. Fess Amon is a huge example of that. But SHIRAZU, despite us not knowing too much about him, I am going to go over what we do know about him and why I'm personally not going to be pulling for him. However, he is an amazing unit. SHIRAZU is an Awakening Red unit, of which is mostly focused on breaking. In his gameplay, we see that he uses his first skill without being awakened, and it does roughly about 6 durability damage or so. Pretty solid. 6 durability damage is roughly about... I want to say on a normal Ghoul Hyasei, that's roughly about 20 AP. Nowhere close actually. It's a lot. 6 durability is a large margin to be losing. That's unawakened. When he does go into his awakening, he does get his like shoulder pauldron, and he does shoot all of his missiles, and it does do more damage. I don't actually know how much damage it does in the end afterwards, or how much of a durability increase it is. However, he does seem really solid. We are missing like a majority of breaking units are pretty much just nothing. Like the best blue breaker would be like Mutsuki. The best yellow breaker would be the premium Hyasei. There's not a lot of units that are based around it, so it's good to have him coming up. And the reason why I'm not pulling for him, despite me being like, hey, if I get a good red unit, I would probably pull for them, because that sounds really good. The issue is he's not really a hard carry SSR, a hard carry FES unit. He's not like this big hype thing. He's just kind of going to exist. Despite his amazing ability to break characters, to just do a bunch of like good work, he still isn't this primary force that you want to have on the team, because like he does no damage. And if you pull for him as the prime SSR in the banner, you're missing out on a chance of pulling him as an extra one in another banner. So what I'm personally thinking for myself is I'm going to save for this FES banner and pull on the next one, because SHIRAZU is going to be a filler in that banner as well. And like, the rates will be roughly the same regardless, and I don't see myself wanting to go to step 7 on SHIRAZU personally, when you could just get him another time regardless anyway. And we already know that we have some other units coming to the game later on that could be FES units that are going to be very, very important. Which is why I also want to talk about, I'm just going to run some things in the background here, because I don't really have a whole lot of stuff that I need to get done. I don't think I have nearly enough quests here to be able to even grind properly, so I'll just toss this on in the background while we're doing this. But yeah, so we do have Takizawa coming out soon. We are into the auction arc. We know about SHIRAZU. His art, you can see, is actually the same, like, the same outfit and everything that he had during the auction arc, so we are into that right now. Even with JUUZOU, we're, like, into the auction arc, so we're getting there, and Takizawa is coming. The current speculation inside the Discord is that Takizawa is going to be dropped on September 10th on his birthday, and I think that feels very fitting, because we have quite a few characters in the game of which their birthday units are their best units in the game currently. Examples of that would be like young Arima. I believe he has a birthday unit that's really, really solid. And just stuff like that for the most part. So I could see them dropping Takizawa as his birthday unit, us getting the FES SHIRAZU beforehand, and having these two boosted and going into the new war. And they'd be in separate banners, so it would just kind of make sense to me that they would separate the banners to have Takizawa and SHIRAZU FES in completely different things, because, like, Takizawa is a very hyped unit. Other FES units are also probably the most important units in the game, so dropping them in the same banner, I guess, from a business perspective, does not work as well as you would think. Obviously, I'm disappointed if they do drop them separately and Takizawa is not a FES character. However, I don't see myself skipping him if he is a birthday unit, even if he isn't, like, even if he has bad fillers. Like, Takizawa, the Ghoul version, is just one of my high priority characters that's coming into the game soon, so we'll see for that. Either way, I think we do have a quite a bright future going into this here. As the occupation war is coming to an end now, I currently have 25 million points. I am going to try to go all out today to try and gun for 30 million, just because an extra dupe of Ritoka is really solid. It's not a huge deal, obviously, and even if I do upgrade, I already have a 1 dupe ready for her, but even if I do upgrade her ability twice, she does, from getting the ability twice, she does get an increase. I don't actually know what it is. I think it's it changes it from 12% HP to 1 durability and 14% HP, so that's still a good increase, but I don't know. I also don't see myself, like, using her beyond this war, so I'm sorry about that, but, you know. And also, like, if I could, I would currently have Hafukucha Kaneki at 1010. I've been trying to push for it currently, but I am actually out of the ability to purchase any more of the dark Rinkaku Kugunes off of the store. I guess they run out after you get 20 of them, so I guess I've just purchased 20 of them now, and my bad. I guess I have to wait, I think that's 9 days before I'm able to buy them again, so likely what we're going to end up seeing is, instead of me upgrading Hafukucha Kaneki to, you know, the tier I was expecting to get him at, because that was kind of my big priority, I guess I'm going to probably work on, so I already got Festoka up. She could get 2 more AP, which would be really helpful. I'm probably going to end up working on Mutsuki, to be honest. Mutsuki does have quite low durability, and the next 2 increases on her chart are +2 durability and +2 durability, so, like, that's really important. And likely that's just going to be what we're going into in the Occupation War going into the next segment. Because as of today, I believe at 3 p.m., I think it's just flat over, or it ends tomorrow. But it's sometime within that frame where it's just going to have to end, and we are at the tail end of things. I'm excited for what we're going into the next month. September is going to be a huge month for the Tokyo Ghoul game specifically, because, first of all, Reinvoke, we're going into the auction arcs. We're going to be getting stuff like Nutcracker, or maybe Nutcracker, Shirazu's coming up, Takizawa, the anime's coming back in the beginning of October. So we're obviously going into a really big phase of things. War Age is getting another Arima soon. We're getting another Rize over there. Dark War, we're probably going to get an update before October, hopefully. Praying for the best. So we're probably getting into a pretty big month, and as we're going into this, I personally am really optimistic as to what the game is going to be at the tail end of this month. I have a feeling things are going to change quite a bit in the way that things work. In this game, what I mean by that is just, like, I'm probably going to be gunning for more PvP benefits, and additionally, like, by the end of next month, hopefully we'll have a team worth completely just, like, poggers-ing over, I guess. I can't find a way to put it better, because currently we have 3 members of the team that are kind of questionable that I currently would not want to have on it, in Festoka, Mask Kaneki, and Ritoka. Festoka, despite her being decent, I don't think that I really care about using her all that much right now. Ghoul Hayase, because his buff is separate, and I don't really use her, I would love to replace her for Fez Arima if I got him. Ritoka, I would want to put Fez Am on there. And additionally, the last slot, I would want to have another breaker behind Mutsuki to be able to use. Probably have Hafukucha Kaneki, to be honest, depending on what ends up happening. So hopefully this team will evolve in 30 days, and we'll see how that goes. Either way, thank you so much for watching. I can guarantee you within this month I am going to spend my Haka on a banner, because I need to upgrade my party currently. What we're currently doing, despite it being a really solid team, is not what I want it to be, so I'm going to try to work towards improving that. Either way, thank you so much for watching. How many points did you end up getting up to during this current war? Did you get Retoka and as many dupes as you wanted, and these tickets you can get off of this. Like, I know you can't really get too much off of it. I usually sell the SSRs I get off of them, but like, did you get anything exciting off of it? Did you get Orochi or JUUZOU? Because those are possible, I think. Who knows? Either way, thank you so much for watching. I enjoy Invoke quite a bit, and I am so excited going into next month. Take it easy, and bye for now.